Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My comments and I try to keep it down and get in there in 10 minutes. It goes over some very, very fucking important. And not important to liberals, libertarians, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people that drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. Listeners' discretion is advised. But the more what I'm talking about here, what I'm going to talk, my topic for right now today is to explain what forgiveness is. A dish served best revenge. Cold is revenge. To make sure you affirm that there is a time and place to forgive, and then there's a time and a place to not forgive. There's two types of people in the world. Actually, there's three, but you can branch off to whatever you like to describe in technicalities. Okay, there's good people, medium people, or neutral, and there's bad people in the world. There are some boundaries that everyone has to have some sort of boundaries or certain tolerance levels. But let me make it very clear to you when to forgive and when not to forgive. If you're on the street, okay, if you're in the street and someone bumps you, you tell them, you got to apologize, or they have to apologize to you. You forgive them at that moment. At that moment, since you do not know, this is the time to forgive people. People you just don't know. You just don't know them. Now, if an accident happens, that person is supposed to apologize. Then you forgive them. Okay? It goes for everything when you don't know someone. But if you don't know someone, you should be forgiven for. Okay? But now, the neutral type of people, you may consider them psychopaths or whatever, sociopaths. You can call them whatever you want, right in the middle. Passive-aggressive individuals. These individuals either will whip your ass even if you did something to them and they felt that you did something disrespectful to them, and they want to whip your ass. So they're passive-aggressive. They may not... You come off, you bumped them, and they say to you, "What's up, nigga?" Okay, they say that. Okay, and you're like, and they're like, "What you gonna do?" I said, "What do you mean, what's up, nigga?" I said, "You just bumped me, man. You just bumped me." Now, that type of person may say, depending on how you say it. See, the psychology here, in the middle, you're in the psychological zone here. The way you come off, they may and may not forgive you, depending on the level of sin or accident you have done. Okay? Some people will try their best to talk to you in a soothing voice to make you ask for forgiveness or ask for an apology. Can you please, apologize for what you did? Can you say sorry? Okay? That's in the middle ground. Now, the last one is the type person I am. It's like but in the middle, if you're in the middle, it's like doing psychological stuff. It's still like you don't really know someone. The whole purpose to forgive someone is to not really have standards about yourself. Okay, and you don't make yourself very clear. So you're gonna have to be like I tell my daughter all the time. I say you're gonna have to be saying sorry a lot to me, and eventually I'll get tired of it. You understand? That's the last point. The last point is aggressive. Okay, either you're being passive by asking forgiveness, or you're being aggressive but you do not forgive. I'm cold-hearted. I'm sorry. I'm just tough love. When you get a chance to know me, I give you tests and certain quizzes, and throughout life, I'm paranoid. Okay, there's these type of people like Italians. You cross them. That's in the middle though. I think that if you cross an Italian, you don't know what you did, and your ass end up dead. Okay, so that's in the middle. That's psychological warfare right there. You don't get a chance to ask for forgiveness or saying sorry for what you did. Like Mr. Reddington, you're in the middle ground when it comes to Mr. Reddington. Even if you've done something by accident, he'll kill you. Okay, but now, there's those individuals who will not completely forgive you at all. That's the aggressive side. And when you come across a person who tells you strictly, this is what's going to happen if you cross these boundaries, you've already been warned. So you don't get any forgiveness there. That's why I tell my daughters, if you do these things, then we're done. There is no forgiveness, because I made myself very clear. It's a tolerance level. Some people like to be beat, and they'll keep forgiving. This is guy I knew. It was on the news too. A guy getting his dick chopped off. He goes back in a relationship with her. There's a guy who gets stabbed in the back about 23 times. I'm pretty sure y'all guys heard about this type of shit. Men getting hurt and stabbed, and even women go through that shit type of shit too. Unless your sex is good, the woman will run back to you. Okay, depending on their state of mind, their nymphomaniac versus their narcissism. I know most of you will not follow me, but I don't care. So there's 3 different types of forgiveness. You can forgive passively because you don't know people. The second one is that you don't know if you're supposed to apologize to something you did or you did not. You may just get shot in the face because you just looked the wrong way. Okay, how can you forgive something when you don't know what you did? Now the last one, that's just important. You can't be forgiven because they told you. You understand what I'm saying? It's like you only have a certain tolerance level. Okay? And that's all I really wanted to say about forgiveness. Like when my wife is walking in the cold, people are like, oh, you should forgive her and pick her up. I say, after she did what she did, if you knew about the shit that she did, I'm just going to turn the other cheek when I made it clear what was going to happen. Like I told you before, like I tell people all the time, I'll come after your family members rather than you. You know, you fuck with me, I'm not coming after you. I'm coming after your heart today. Like the fucking Green Goblin and shit. I'll be like telling you, don't fuck with me. You know, I know voodoo and cast spells and all this other bullshit. I don't talk at the talk. I don't like fighting. And before on the basketball court, somebody want to fight, okay, you know, I'm just going to scope out my area before I kick this person's ass. I'm an analytical person, so I try to find a way to get this motherfucker back. To where it hurts him to the point to where he'll never fuck with me. Because I was bullied in my past. And so I don't forgive anyone who have done me wrong to the point to where, you know, it can cause me some mental, you know, damage. Like Kratos, you know, Kratos in the God of War. I'm Kratos, come here, boy. You know, he can't forgive what Athena did to him. I believe that if they just erased his mind from the start and get rid of his memories, he would probably have forgiven them. If Ares didn't try to force and manipulate him to kill his own family, sorry if you didn't play the game. Sorry, goddamn it. God of War is an old game. Okay, you would have probably forgave him. But no, they didn't do it that way. But that's all I really want to say about that. You know, there's a time to forgive and there's a time not to forgive. There's a time to teach a person a lesson through tough love and through discipline. If you be like Mahatma Gandhi, you're always sacrificing, you'll lose a lot of family members. Kind of like you know, the Native Americans. The Native Americans were warriors. They didn't go out. They went out with a bang, man. You know, they went out with a bang. And then on top of that, there's still a pocket full of them living in America. Okay, and that's kind of sad because they wasn't fucking around. But African Americans, okay, the Negro, okay, is living. They flourishing. Because they chose to be slaves, okay? So everything's a choice, so don't argue with me but there. Don't argue with me about everything's a choice. Just everything's, if you're frozen in stasis and a alien captured your ass, the only way you don't have a choice is if you're actually magically fucking frozen. You can't move because the alien stopped your movements. You can't kill yourself. Only thing you can do, if you can, I don't know, close your eyes and hope to God that they'll treat you right. Okay, make a painless death or some shit like that. But if you have moving and you're in chains, as soon as them chains are free, okay, what the hell is the temperature's high?